back with another game. It's going to be between Greg's Alpha Legion, and I'll be running his Grey Knights for this game. We are going to be doing the first Maelstrom of War mission, Cleanse and Capture. It has 6 objective markers set up on the battlefield, and we each have 3 tactical objective cards going each turn. Rolling off to see who places first objective for the Grey Knights. 5. Grey Knights get to place first objective. Place first objective.
So, what objective are you placing?
I'm placing objective marker 5.
But put 1 down first.
Placing objective 1 in the street.
Objective 2 will go right by these runes here on the inside. Can you get that? There you go. I can see it. It's all good.
Objective 5 will be placed over here in the street.
Alright. Objective Quattro is going. I hope right under these crates. Where's the other objective?
Right here.
Then what's... Oh, there's... There we go. Quattro.
Objective 3 will go over here.
Alright. And... Objective 6. We're going to try to put it here. Let me measure.
And 6 inches from the edge.
All good. Set.
So, which deployment?
Yeah, so Alpha Legion gets to choose deployment type and a deployment zone.
Alright. I think we're going to do a little hammer and anvil action. I will take... the far side.
This is my 1,500 point Grey Knight army. It is a battalion detachment, so I will have a total of 6 command points. My warlord is a Grandmaster and a Dread Knight. He has the Lore Master warlord trait, so he gets an additional psychic power. He knows Smite, Sanctuary, and Gate of Infinity. I have a Librarian who knows Smite, Gate of Infinity, and Vortex of Doom. And Brother Captain Stern, who knows Smite and Hammerhand. For my troops, I have 2 6-man strike squads. Each of them has a Psy Cannon. A 5-man Terminator Squad with a Psy Cannon. And 2 Venerable Dreadnoughts with Assault Cannons and Storm Bolters. Going over to Greg's army.
This isn't the place to talk about it. It's a nice pin. Thank you. Come here. Hail Hydra.
Yes, indeed. So here we go with my Alpha Legion army. Starting off here, I have a Vanguard detachment. Leading it is a Dark Apostle with the Black Mace. He is my warlord for right now. I took I Am Alfarius, and I randomly got Eternal Vendetta. I have 2 5-man squads of Chosen. The one in the back has 5 Combi Flamers, and the one in the front has 4 Combi Plasma, and then the Sergeant has a Power Axe and a Plasma Pistol. The other squad also has a Power Axe on the Sergeant. Then I have a Contemptor Dread with a Multi-Melta and a Flamer. Then going over to my battalion, I have 3 identical 5-man squads of Chaos Space Marines with a plasma gun in each squad. I have a Chaos Lord in Terminator armor with a Chain Fist and a Combi Melta. And then I have a Chaos Sorcerer with Prescience and Death Hex. He's got a Lightning Claw and a Force Axe. And then for my auxiliary support, I have Scarbrand that I'm bringing in. So with the -1 command point, that gives me a total of 6 for this game.
For the Grey Knights deployment, the squad of Terminators and Brother Captain Stern are waiting in the teleportarium to come in. The Grey Knights deployed in a cluster around the Dread Knight, except for the one squad with the one strike squad who's hiding in the ruins for the +1 to their armor save.
So, Alpha Legion has set up 4 units in concealment. Per our understanding, I will roll to seize and then reveal those units. So, Scarbrand is on the table with the rest of my army, and the Contemptor, 2 squads are chosen, and the Dark Apostle are concealed. Here we go. Oh, the serpent failed me. So, Hydra Dominatus, we revealed ourselves over here by the Promethean pipes with the squad of Chosen and the Dark Apostle. The other squad of Chosen revealed itself in the middle towards the other objective. And then the Contemptor Dreadnought revealed itself over by this objective. They're just hiding in the shadows, lurking. Grey Knights are going to take their first turn. We're going to see how hard they're going to hit us.
End of the Grey Knight's turn. For my objectives, I got behind enemy lines. Defend objective 5, so hold it for 2 consecutive turns.
Where's objective 5?
And hold objective 4 for 2 consecutive turns. Objective 5 is beneath Scarbrand. And objective 4 is also under the Alpha Legion control. So the Grey Knights can't achieve any of their objectives this turn. Didn't bring in the Terminators or Brother Captain Stern. Not going to do any psychic powers. No one's in range, not worth risking any kind of perils. So the only shooting I have is the one Venerable Dreadnought. Can see one of the Alpha Legion Chosen hiding behind the blue shipping container. So he didn't move, but he gets -1 to hit, so hitting on 3s.
From the Alpha Legion trait.
Yeah. Then re-rolling the 1s. Did I move? No, he moved that. So just 3 hits. Strength 6, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, -1 AP.
Okay. Ooh, 2 die.
Well, it was -1 AP.
Yeah.
So, oh, wait, you're in cover though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And that is it for the Grey Knight's turn. I am going to discard hold objective 5.
Okay, the Alpha Legion have moved around during turn 1. It's time for the psychic phase. We kind of spread out a little bit. Our objectives are to defend objective 6, which is over by the Grey Knights, so we can't get to that. Defend objective 5, which Scarbrand is on, so he just caught the squat right where he's at. And then advance, which is to get out of my deployment zone, which I did not want to do because I'd rather defend objective 5. So we're going to have a little bit of shooting to do, but first the psychic power phase, if I can. Yes, I'm going to try to cast Prescience. So, let me take these 2 dice here. And it's a casting value of 7. It does not go off. I'm just going to let that go and move on to shooting. So, I'm going to shoot at the squad of Grey Knights in cover with this 5-man squad of Chaos Space Marines. They are all within range. Well, not the bolt pistol. So, 3 bolters. Three ups. And strength 4, T4, so a 4 up. Nothing. And then the plasma, it's going to fire normally. He moved. It's heavy, so 4 up.
The plasma is rapid fire.
Oh, rapid fire, okay. So 3 up. Nothing. So I guess that's it for Alpha Legion's turn 1. We'll see what happens.
Grey Knight turn. For my new objective, I drew Defend Objective 3, which is out in the no man's land between our 2 lines, so I won't be getting that this turn. Brought the squad of Terminators in, and moved forward and advanced with most of the Grey Knight units in the center of the field, except the one Venerable Dreadnought and the Strike Squad who stayed still. Going into my Psychic phase, I'm going to cast Astral Aim from that Venerable Dreadnought onto himself. So warp charge value of 5. Goes off. So he can target enemy units outside of his line of sight, and he is going to target the unit of Alpha Legion hiding behind the shipping container, and they don't get a bonus to their armor save for being in cover. -1 from their thing, so hitting on 3s.
Yes!
He's within 6 inches of the Dread Knight.
Oh.
Wounding on 3s. 4 wounds, -1 AP.
Alright, 4 ups. This could be it. This could be first blood. Oh, I lose 1.
Then the squad of Terminators will fire their Psy Cannon and Storm Bolters into the 5-man squad.
This squad here, Joe?
Yeah, because they moved, the Psy Cannon would be hitting on 4s, -1 for theirs, so only hitting on 5s. 4 shots. 1 hit. Wounding on 3. 1 wound. -1.
4 up. Oh yeah.
8 Storm Bolter shots. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 4s. 2 wounds.
Any negative?
No.
3 ups. The 3-headed serpent. Oh, 1 dies.
The Strike Squad in the Ruin will then fire into them. Starting off with the Psy Cannon. He didn't move, so he'll be hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. -1.
Same squad, right?
Yeah.
4 up. Nope, 2 more.
And then 10 Storm Bolter shots. Hitting on 4s. That wasn't very good. And wounding on 4s. Nothing.
Yeah.
And with that, that is the end of the Crimson Fist.
Crimson Fist.
Yeah. Grey Knight shooting phase. Morale test on the 1 squad who lost 3.
What are you talking about? Those are Crimson Fists. They're all good. Alright, Alpha Legion turn 2. So, during my last turn, I forgot to say, I discarded Defend Objective 6. At the end of the Grey Knight turn, I secured Defend Objective 5. I pulled 2 new cards, Defend Objective 4 and Defend Objective 3. I still have not secured my advance yet, because I still have troops in my deployment zone. But maybe the Grey Knights will kill those troops and then I'll secure it. So apparently the cards weren't shuffled very well because I got 6, 5, 4, 3. So I'm guessing that the next one is going to be 2. But we'll find that out. So maybe I should keep my dread over here by Objective 1.
Eventually we'll come around to that.
During the movement phase, I moved up over here on the left flank. I'm holding Objective 3. So we'll see if I can defend it. But the Grey Knights are close enough that they're going to come at me. With my 2 weakened squads, I moved out to try to dish some damage into the Grey Knights over there. I'm going to try to use some psychic shenanigans Scarbrand moved up. So we're going to move on to the Alpha Legion Psychic phase and see if we can do some damage. So, cast 2 turns. Or 2 spells. First off, I'm going to attempt to cast Smite onto the Terminator Squad. I am at 18 inches. So I need a 5. And I get a 10. So you get +1 to deny, Joe.
I will try and deny that.
Oh,
Deny.
all right. And then that stopped. Then I'm going to cast Prescience onto... Let's see if I can cast it first. 7. I do. And I will cast it onto the squad with the plasma gun. Bless you, buddy.
Thank you.
Alright, now on the shooting. The chosen with the plasma up there advanced, so they can't shoot. Let me check range and sight real quick. Don't think. So, plasma gun will be able to fire, and that's about it. And then nothing from back here. So let's do that. And they're close enough to the Chaos Lord that he'll get to reroll 1s. 3 up. Hits. Strength 7. 3 up again. Alright. Does a wound at -3. -3, we're going to say, and I'm going to look it up.
6 plus. 1 dies.
Okay. So, now on to the Dread over here, onto the Terminators. Multi-Melta. He is...
Oh, he's going to be 2 pluses then.
2 plus, yes.
Wait, and you don't want to try shooting the Contemptor?
The Contemptors...
I mean, the Contemptor on the well, I guess you won't. You can't kill it in 1 shot.
Is it
anymore,
within 24?
I think so.
Don't...
Just out.
Just out. So, on to the Terminators. 2 up. Hits. Strength 8, so 2 up again. I'm going to command shoot that. Wasn't meant to be. Wasn't meant to be. Alright, plasma gun. What's the stats for overcharging?
Strength 8, 2 damage.
Strength 8, 2 damage. I will charge it up. And I'm prescienced, so I get the +1. So 2 up. Hits. Wounds.
5 plus. Plus. Failed. So 1 dies. I'll command point that.
Okay.
He's good.
Alright, excellent. And now the Combi Flamers. So it's 2d6.
Onto the Terminator.
Onto the Terminators. So 7. Fours. 2.
2 up saves. Good.
And then the shots. So 4 ups to hit. Rapid fire.
Well, each one of them is rapid fire 2, so it's 4 shots. Right.
No, because the other shot is from the flamer.
So, okay.
Right, I think I'm right. So nothing from that, and I'm not gonna charge that wall of death. I'm gonna let him try to get me. So that's it. For the Emperor.
Grey Knight turn. Grey Knights have decided to strike out against the Alpha Legion. Brother Captain Stern came in over here to reinforce this flank. Squad of Terminators are moving forward to take on the Contemptor. Dread Knights move forward to claim Objective 4. The Strike Squad in the center has stayed back to secure Objective 2. I discarded behind enemy lines at the end of my last turn, and I got hold Objective 2 for 2 turns, which is the objective in this ruin. Librarians moved forward to be able to cast Vortex of Doom on the squad holding Objective 3, and the Strike Squads moved out to lend their fire to that. Starting off my Psychic phase, I'm going to attempt to cast Sanctuary from the Warlord Dread Knight onto the squad of Terminators. Warp Shot 6 goes off 7, and then I am going to attempt to cast Vortex of Doom from the Librarian onto the Chosen Squad. Warp charge value of 8 goes off with 8.
+1.
9.
Is your guy in range?
My
Probably
librarian is not within range.
Librarian.
Or sorcerer. Yeah, he's 24 out. Scarbrand doesn't have anything weird, does he?
I don't think so.
He hates psychics. He hates!
So you have nothing to stop it?
No.
So D3 mortal wounds to that unit and all the units within 3 inches. 3.
Well, I think the D3 to the other units would be... It's going to be separate for each of them.
D3 mortal. So 3 units on the targeted unit.
Yep.
Okay.
And then 2 units are within 3 inches of that unit.
Yes.
So on the Dark Apostle, 2. And on the unit of Marines, 3. And that will be all of my psychic powers this turn.
So many casualties.
2 on the Dark Apostle?
Yeah.
He's got 5, right?
Sounds about right.
Well, I have 3 left, and I'm going to check that.
Going into my shooting phase, I'm going to start off with Brother Captain Stern.
Oh, you don't want to do any smites? It's super likely you power bolts. There's almost no reason not to. That's
Yeah, I
1,
guess.
2, 3, 4. I mean, you get because Stern doubles it, so you can at least do 4.
Yeah, screw it. Smiting everybody. So, start off with a smite from the Terminator Squad. Onto nearest enemy unit would be the squad behind the shipping container. Warp charge 5. Goes off.
Strike squad.
Strike Squad will cast it. Goes off.
Strike Squad.
1 mortal wound on them, and 1 mortal wound on this unit.
Okay. Did the Terminators cast one yet?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they cast it.
On who?
Them.
I will try to deny that one.
What did you roll?
I think a 7.
Let's see if it's even gonna matter. Snakes coming up, baby! The serpent king.
That one.
Yeah. Stop
Say
it.
that one, but
Yeah.
1 went off on that squad. That Stern will cast.
Stern has his like 6
Yeah, yeah.
sucky one.
So, Venerable Dreadnought will cast Smite, which will be going on to the squad behind the shipping container. That one goes off.
Okay. Roll it up.
Librarian will do.
Oh, just 1. That's right. Oh my god! What have you done?
Librarian will do his Smite onto the unit holding Objective 3. Goes off.
It's first blood.
And I think that's everyone.
Well, everyone else
in
only
range.
has 12.
Yeah, so no one else is in range. So going into my shooting phase, I'll start off with Stern will fire his Stormbolter at the 2-man squad. Hitting on 2s. Rerolling for the Red Knight. Then wounding on 4s. 1 wound. Onto the 2-man squad.
2-man squad. Any negative?
No.
Okay. Then he's good.
Then I'm going to use the Cybolt ammunition stratagem on the Terminator Squad. Cost me 2 command points.
Yavul.
So what does that do?
It boosts the strength and
Strength and
AP of all of my bolt guns, storm bolters, heavy bolters, and hurricane bolters.
So the -1 AP is the only thing relevant.
4, 8, 10, 16. They are within rapid fire range of the Contemptor, hitting on 2s, or hitting on 3s. And wounding on 5s. 2 wounds. -1 AP.
That's dang.
2 AP, isn't it? Oh no, it's a bolter. What was it that wounded me?
Storm bolt.
Okay. Takes 1.
Side cannon, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, -1.
Didn't you use your stratagem? Isn't it -2?
It's a side cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, I got you. 1 more.
And this dreadnought will fire into it. Stealth cannon, hitting on 3s.
You outside of it. Oh, yeah, it's veteran.
Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds, -1 AP.
And then it's got Stone Bolter.
Takes another one.
It's -1 AP. And Storm Bolter. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s. 2 wounds, no minus.
And 1 more. So that takes a total of 5 wounds.
Then the Grandmaster and the Dread Knight will fire his heavy side cannon and his heavy incinerator into the 2-man squad. So, D6 shots on the heavy incinerator.
Isn't it just 6? Isn't it just 6?
No, the incinerator is D6.
Oh, incinerator. Yeah, the side cannon is just 6.
Yeah. Strength 6, wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, -1 AP.
One dies.
And then the heavy side cannon, hitting on 3s, or hitting on 4s now. He's outside of range. Reroll wounds. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -1 AP.
That was on the 1-man.
Yeah.
We're both the 1-mans now. But it was on
Back.
cross. Yeah.
This guy?
Yeah. And since units were eliminated, Dreadnought's still in range. So he'll fire his assault cannon into the 2-man squad, hitting on 4s because he moved and he's outside of 12. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds, -1.
Or if he moved. Did he move?
Yeah.
Well, he moved and it says -2.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
he needs 5.
He's the veteran builder.
Oh, like if he had the 2
2
bosses.
saves. Onto the
Out of
Dark
the
Apostle.
2-man squad.
Oh, the 2-man squad. Okay. Was there any negative on that? I'm sorry.
-1.
Okay, so 1 dies.
And then the Strike Squad, the Dark Apostle is now the closest to them. They'll fire into him. 4 shots from the side cannon. Hitting on 5s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds minus 1 AP.
He's dead.
Yay.
So,
That's Slay the Warlord, right?
I don't think so. So I can just nominate one now, right?
Yeah, I think you just choose another character.
So I shall choose my cast lord. And I shall roll randomly for my warlord trait. I'm going to do it right here. A quattro.
Yeah, okay.
So we'll see what he's got. Hatred Incarnate. You can reroll wound rolls of 1 for your attacks made by your warlord.
And with the Dark Apostle dead, the squad of the Strike Squad will fire into the lone Chaos Space Marine over there. Side cannon, hitting on 5s, wounding on 3s. 1 wound, minus 1 AP.
Good.
Then 2 Stormbolter shots, everyone else is out of range. Wounding on 4s, nothing. And that is all of my shooting. The Terminator Squad is going to declare a charge into the Contemptor.
Alright. So, what is the distance? Do I get to fire my Flamer? Nope. You are gonna need, what is that, a 9? Yeah.
So just the Malta.
Just the Malta. Nope. The opposite.
Looking for a 9 to make the charge. They do not. I will use a command point to reroll the 1.
Yay!
So, that is the end of the Grey Knight's turn. Didn't secure any objectives, but I currently holding 2 objectives that I need to hold through the Alpha Legion turn.
Leadership or morale.
Did you complete any objectives? Well, I guess morale happens first.
I did not. He wiped me off.
Oh.
Morale. It's gone. We lost 4.
Oh wait, no. You're within 6 of Skybrand.
Oh
You gotta take
yeah.
morale test within 6 of Skybrand.
Oh yeah.
I think.
I don't know. Let me look it up.
We're
But
going
yeah,
to
you
assume
can
that
end
yes.
Okay, Alpha Legion, turn 3. Bottom of turn 3. It's not looking good. We moved up. We're going to try to get out of our deployment zone, so hopefully we'll be able to make this charge with the Contemptor. Moving everything up. Scarbrand's getting thirsty. Hopefully he makes it into combat, otherwise he's going to get smited to death. So, on to the psychic powers. First, I am going to attempt to cast Death Hex onto the Terminators from the Sorcerer. So, warp charge value of 8. It does not go off. Secondarily, I'm going to try to cast Smite onto them, since they're the closest. And that goes off with a 10.
I will attempt to deny it. I do not.
Okay, D3. Dose. 1 bites the dust.
Second Grey Knight falls.
So, I'm going to fire my Hell Flamer onto the Terminators. heavy D6. 2. I'll use my last command and re-roll that. 4. Strength 5, so I need 3s. One at -1. 2 damage.
3 plus save. Good.
Alright, and now the Melta. Hits. Wounds.
4 plus invuln because of Sanctuary. 1 fails. I'll use a command point to re-roll it. Nope.
Alright, D6. 1 goes. Alright, the Combi Flamer onto Stern.
Is he the closest?
Oh no. Oh, yeah, that's right, he's a character. I don't know what's closer though,
I think the Grandmaster's probably.
Grandmaster closer than the Terminators.
Probably.
I think now he is. Yeah.
Alright. On to the Grandmaster. 2. Nothing. And rapid fire. 2 hits. Nothing. The 3 bolters and the plasma onto the strike squad. From the back squad. 3 bolters first. 2 hit. 1 wound.
3 plus. Good.
Plasma. Hits. Nothing. The combi off of the so just a bolter shot from the Gas Lord onto the strike squad. Hits. Nothing. Oh, oh no, that's the I think it's time for assaults. So go ahead and overwatch the Contemptor.
Psy Cannon. Hitting on 6s. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. And then 8 Stone Bolter shots. Reroll and then out of range. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
Takes wound. Doesn't take him out of
He doesn't hit his next threshold.
right. And then Scarbrand's going to go after Librarian. I haven't measured that yet. So first we'll do this since we're right over here. Scarbrand's what, 9 out? 10 out. Oh,
You
9 out.
need 8 to get within an inch.
Alright. Ooh.
So are we doing Contemptor first?
Contemptor first.
You made it.
Alright. And Scarbrand. He needs his glorious 8. And he makes it with a 9. So we'll go ahead and do the Contemptor over here first. 3 pluses. 4 tags. They get an extra.
Remember, 6s you get. What does it have? Depth of False Emperor? No.
Okay. 2 hits.
It's gonna be 18s.
Negative 3. 1.
4 up invuln. No, same as the
3 damage, so 1 will die.
And then Scarbrand.
Scarbrand. Attack 6.
Sorry.
And what's the better one for
Oh, he just got the one weapon. The other is
Oh.
in range. So you reroll to hit. So 2 plus rerolling.
this? So 6.
And then strength 14 minus 4 and 6 damage.
2 plus. Whoa! Oh, I reroll.
Yeah.
Alright. 2 little serpents there. Well, I get an extra attack.
Oh,
too, don't
you're
I?
right. Roll one more.
Alright. 7.
Game on 2s. Strength 14.
Alright. 7 invulnerable saves.
4 plus invuln.
Oh my
Fails 1.
god.
How much damage does it do?
D6.
Yes.
Wow. The librarian lost 2 of his 5. So I do the Terminators attacking the Contemptor. 3 attacks from the Justica with the Halberd, hitting on 3s.
It's not Alpha Legion's day.
Wounding on
Or
5s.
is it?
1 wound. Minus 2. 18.
4 up in health.
Good.
And then 2 attacks from the sword. Both hit. Wounding on 5s. 1 wound.
Oh, you get a oh no, he's on 2. Let's figure it.
Good.
Uh,
And then the librarian onto Scarbrand. 3 attacks, hitting on
You
2.
get +1 attack. Can you take them into account?
Yes.
From
for
Scarbrand.
Oh. So 4 attacks, hitting on 2 plus. I'll hit. What's his toughness?
6.
Or he gets plus 2 strength for his warding save. So wounding, like I said, matters. He's strength 6.
T7.
So 3 wounds, minus 1 AP.
And you're Demon Hunter, so you get a roll for 1 wound, right?
Yep.
Just a 3.
What's the negative on it?
Minus 1.
Okay, so he takes 1 damage of whatever.
D3. 2.
Okay.
The librarian can hit back just as hard as Scarbrand can.
He's got 14 wounds left.
And then I have a morale test on the Terminators, who lost 3. Leadership 8 on the Justica. They're good.
And then, do I get a chance to regain a wound with my Contemptor? Because it killed.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
Let me look this up real quick, ladies and gentlemen.
And for the Grey Knights have held Objective 4 and Objective 2. So they secured 2 objectives.
So how many total victory points do you have?
That gives me 4 plus First Blood. So 5 in total.
Innovating turn. D6 equal the number of miles in a sling. Each of these dice 5 plus. So I slayed 1.
So 5 plus, you heal 1 wound.
Alright. He gets 1 back.
And then how many victory points do you have?
Well, I got advance. So that gives me 3.
Okay.
3 total. And I'm gonna get rid of secure objective 2. or defend objective 2. And we'll see what happens in turn 4.
End of the Grey Knight's movement. Fell back from the combat with the Contemptor. 2 Terminators just moved back. Dread Knight climbed on top of the shipping container to go after the Chaos Lord. The Grey Knights on the other side of the board moved around to surround Scarbrand and smite him to death, and if that fails, charge him. For my objectives, I got Defend Objective 1, which is in the Chaos Deployment Zone, and I won't be reaching anytime soon, and Overwhelming Firepower, so I'm trying to kill enemy units in the shooting phase, which I may be able to kill at least 1 unit. So I'll start my Psychic phase. I'll cast Smite from this Strike Squad onto Scarbrand. Goes off.
Just gonna let it.
I'll,
Alright, so that's 3 wounds.
Then the Venerable Dreadnought will cast Smite onto Scarbrand.
You've got a 4, so you need 1 more.
Yeah, I'll use my last command point to reroll.
I will try to deny it if I'm within 18, which we'll check after I attempt to deny it. Nope.
Then the Librarian will cast Smite onto Scarbrand. Goes off. And the Strike Squad on the other side of him will also cast.
Are they closer to him than that Lone Marine?
Might not be, actually. I think they might be closer to Scarbrand.
Well, although I think with Green Knights you pick a model to cast it from, right?
Yeah.
So it's select a specific model and then measure from that model to each of them.
That guy.
So he'll be closer to
Yeah.
Goes off.
He's dead.
Running into the
Kill him! I hope you're happy!
the lone demon into the Grey Knights didn't win. I can't believe it.
Using nothing but the power.
All he wanted to do was to save the Emperor.
So he's what, 300 points, and he did 2 damage to a Librarian.
385.
Using nothing but the power of their minds, the Grey Knights brought down Scarbrand. This Venerable Dreadnought.
Well, it's because he wasn't really there.
This Venerable Dreadnought will cast Smite onto the Lone Marine.
Perils.
What's Perils do?
I don't know.
It's more D3 more wounds to you.
D3.
That's it. It's
1.
only a D3.
I'm pretty sure. We'll check it real quick, but I'm 99%.
Well, then it's if you die to it, you do stuff.
Yeah.
So he took a wound, and I guess Stern.
Who's got the second?
Yeah. So that's all of my.
These guys can do
The Squad Terminators will cast Smite onto the Contemptor. That one goes off. And
Yeah, it's only if he dies from it that it's really bad.
it. Contemptor's down to 4 wounds.
and that is all of my. Okay, this one
I just have to get that wound back.
The Grandmaster hasn't manifested.
Yeah.
And I mean, you have other non-smite powers.
Grandmaster will cast Sanctuary onto himself. Goes off. And he will cast Smite. It'll have to be directed towards the Lone Marine, because he's closest. Does not go off.
The Chosen survives!
And don't use that. So that will be all of my psychic powers. So start off my shooting phase. The Brother Captain Stern will fire his Storm Bolter into the Marine. 4 shots, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds.
Chosen survives!
The Dread Knight will this squad of Grey Knights, these two that can see him will fire into him. The other three will fire into the lone one.
Alright.
So the two of them firing into this guy. Hitting on 4s. He's outside of 12. 4s. 1. And then the rest of their shots towards the lone guy. 4 shots from the side cannon. Hitting on 5s. Wounding on 3s. -1. And 4 Stormbolter shots. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. The assault cannon will fire into him
From the Dreadnought.
from this venerable dreadnought. Hitting on 3s. Hitting on 4s. 3s. 1 wound, -1 AP. And then Stormbolter. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s.
Is he even really there?
The strike squad will fire into him.
He
Side
might not
cannon.
actually be there.
Side cannon first. Hitting on 4s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds. -1.
Oh my god! Oh, what bad luck! That's terrible!
This venerable dreadnought will fire its weapons into the contemptor.
What terrible rotten luck!
It's assault cannon. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. 4 wounds, -1.
Takes one more.
And then
Unless the save goes down. I don't think it does, does it?
No, the saves don't go down.
and firing its Stormbolter. I'll hit. Wounding on 5s. 1.
Takes one more. He's past the threshold. He's even worse now.
The Grandmaster will fire his heavy Psy Cannon into the Contemptor, and he'll fire his heavy Incinerator into the Lone Marine.
Alright.
So, D6 on the Marine. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound, -1.
Dead.
And then 6 shots into the Contemptor. Is he outside of 12? Nope. So hitting on 3s because he moved. Reroll. Wounding on 4s. 3 wounds, -1.
On the contender?
Yeah.
And these are 2 damage, right?
Yeah.
Dead.
Oh, see if he explodes.
No.
And
Sadly, he does not.
that is all of the Grey Knight shooting. So the only thing I have left to do is to declare a charge from the Grandmaster into the Chaos Lord.
The sorcerer, right?
That's sorcerer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead, I have nothing to overwatch.
Uh-oh.
That won't be enough. So, end of the Grey Knight's turn. I managed to secure overwhelming firepower, and because I destroyed 3 enemy units in my shooting phase, I get D3 victory points. So I get 3. And I will discard Defend Objective 1.
So what's the score now?
The score is now 8 for the Grey Knights.
Alright, and I pulled Secure Objective 6 and Defend Objective 1. It's crazy how that works, right?
Yeah, that's shuffling the...
Yeah. Alright. It's not looking good. It's not looking good at all. But we're going to continue on we're moving forward for the Grand Master. We're going to go into the psychic phase here. I'm going to attempt to cast Death Hex on him from the Sorcerer. It goes off. I perils.
The Hydra.
You can stop it, I think. Because you get +1.
Yeah, from this. Yeah, where the librarian gets +2 if he's within 12. Well, he's not within 12. So you get the +1. So if you roll a 12.
What does Death Hex do?
No invulnerable.
No invulnerables.
Yeah, try. Spell that. Nope.
Okay. D3. 2 wounds he takes.
How many does that leave him with?
Either 2 or 3. I'll check it in a minute. We'll put a 2 down there for now. Alright. And now on to Smite. It goes off with an 11, which is
D6.
D6.
Can his psychic might be matched?
Oh my god.
Someone else can try to deny it though.
That's true. A 5.
Yeah. Okay. Alright.
Ooh.
Woo!
Close.
Okay. So he takes 5 wounds.
It's hot.
That's super hot. And now on to the Combi Melta from the Lord. Melta first. Hits. What's his toughness? 7?
Yeah, you'll be winning on 3s.
And that's a wound.
6 plus save. Nope.
Oh, 4. And rapid fire. We roll 1s to hit. Because he's a Chaos Lord, I'll just reroll that again. Nothing. I shall overcharge my plasma.
You're within 12, right?
I believe so. Yes, there's one.
2 shots.
Roll the other one. It's a hit and re-roll 1s. Dice. Oh! One at -3.
5 plus save. Nope.
2 damage.
It's down to 1 wound.
And let me make sure that all of these guys are within 12. They are. So 3 bolters and a bolt pistol. Fives. 3 saves. No AP.
3 2 pluses. He's dead.
Woo-hoo-hoo! Yes! The serpent. Alright. Well, that was really good, except for the fact that now we have, I don't think, any charges. But wait. We've got a 10-inch charge over here to the strike squad. I'm going to do it.
Wait, so you need a 10 or a 9?
I need a... I'll need a 9.
So 3 storm bolters are in rapid fire range.
Alright.
And then be 4 shots from the other 2. Wounding on 4s. 2 wounds. And then 4 shots from the side cannon. No hits.
2 wounds. 2 up. Good. Sorcerer has 5 wounds, so he's got 3 left. And now we shall attempt the charge. Nope. It was really a dream. I mean,
Aside from Slay the Warlord, did you get any objectives this turn?
no.
Are you discarding any objectives?
Yes, I will discard Defend Objective 1.
Okay.
Grey Knight's turn. Drew my 2 new objectives. I got Destroy the Demon, which I can no longer get because there are no demon units left on the table, and Blood and Guts to try and destroy someone in the fight phase. For my movement, everyone closed in on the remaining Alpha Legion. Tried to keep everyone 6 inches away from the Librarian in case he blows up in the Psychic phase so he doesn't kill everyone. Going into my Psychic phase, I'm going to start off with Vortex of Doom from the Librarian onto the Chaos Lord. Warp charge value of 8. Goes off with an 8.
I shall attempt to deny.
So, I'm going to attempt to cast Smite from this unit of Terminators onto Sorcerer. Goes off.
So 1. You got 2 left?
Venerable Dreadnought will cast Smite. Goes off.
He's got 1 left.
Over here, the Strike Squad will cast Smite, which would go on to the Lord, I think. And being cast from guy with red bolter, so go on the Lord. Goes off.
Okay, 1 wound on him.
This Strike Squad will cast Smite onto the Lord. Goes off.
Another wound on him. I believe he has 3 left. I'll look it up in a minute.
Librarian will cast Smite onto him. Goes off.
So 2 left.
And the Venerable Dreadnought, he's in range. No.
Yeah, it's 12 inches. Grey Knights. It's 12 inches for Grey Knights.
So that's all of my psychic powers. So going into my shooting phase, I'll start off with these 2 Terminators. Will fire into the Sorcerer. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s.
Yeah, he's got that.
1 wound on the Sorcerer.
Good.
The Venerable Dreadnought will fire all of its weapons on him, starting off with the Assault Cannon. There, you moved. And then wounding on 3s. 2 wounds minus 1.
Dead.
The Venerable Dreadnought over here will fire all of his weapons into the Chaos Lord. Starting off with the Assault Cannon. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 3s. 2 wounds minus 1 HP.
3 up. Takes 1.
Then Stone Bolter. 4s. Regular.
He's got 1 wound left.
This Strike Squad here will fire their side cannon into him. No one else can see. Hitting on 4s. And wounding on 3s. 3 wounds -1.
All good.
Checking range, 5.5. So the Chaos Lord is slightly closer to the Strike Squad than them.
Alright.
So they'll fire into him. 4 shots from the side cannon, hitting on 4s. Just the 1. Wounding on 3s. 1 wound.
Good.
And 20 Stormbolter shots. Hitting on 3s. And wounding on 4s. 8. Autumn.
Dead.
And
Wait, that is Slay the Warlord.
He finally did it. Because the sorcerer's gone. You can't transfer it.
And with that, the Strike Squad will declare a charge into the Alpha Legion squad.
Alright. Plasma. Bolter and bolt pistol. Two wounds.
2 3-up saves. 1 dies. Then they need a 5-inch charge to make it up. They make it
You're
up.
all good, baby.
Is this other squad gonna charge?
They'll also attempt to charge in.
What about the Dreadnought? Is that a flip?
I think that
-1.
I'll try it on the Strike Squad. That might
Could be
make it
close.
in, and then on the Dreadnought. That will make it
Move them all in, baby.
in. So 1 dies. 8 inches on them. We'll make it in.
Take out. No, you should take it out the side cannon.
You didn't shoot at them this time. Right. Yeah. Island. So it'll be
Well, this will be
3,
it.
4, 5 sword attacks. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. 2 attacks from the side cannons. Wounding on 4s. Nothing. And then 4 attacks from the halberds. Hitting on 3s. Wounding on 3s. 2 wounds.
Mine's
1 dies.
And that's all of my attacks.
Oh, wait, is it -2?
I think it's -2.
Yeah, it's -2. So
Two
we're
dies.
So 2 die.
Thank you. Bolters. Okay, so the champion gets 2 attacks, right?
Yeah, plus the chainsaw.
Plus the chainsaw. And then 1 each from the others. 3s to hit.
Yep.
4s to wound. Nothing! The cannot fail leadership.
I would.
So for the Grey Knight's turn, they secured no objectives this turn. I will discard, destroy the demon.
Alright. I will draw the Long War. Gotta destroy a unit.
So it's just the one unit left in close combat?
Yes. So, the unit that falls back can't shoot, right?
Correct. If you stay in combat, you can shoot your pistols, though.
And then they'll die.
Oh, yeah, I mean, if you don't want to be tabled. So on a
Yeah.
1 or 2, it'll end.
I'll fall back. Joe, go ahead and roll it. See if it ends.
Goes on.
Alright, then you'll kill them all. Alpha Legion have been tabled.
Or have they?
Oh, we'll never know, right? We'll never know. Was Scarbrand really there? We'll never know. Was there even a battle here? We'll never know.